Okay, let's try it again. So here is the stamped images from the lovely and sweet cling stamp set. So they look very nice. I like them. All right, let's go on to the second stamp set in this suite. Put that down there. And we're going to do, again, the imagery. I'm not going to do the words for this one. It's also a cling stamp. The sentiments, I mean. There are words that are more part of the imagery, so I will do those, but I will not be doing the sentiments for this one. Let me pull the backs off, and I'm terribly sorry I didn't have this much prepared, because this is the first time I've done this on the video, and next time I will be more prepared. I was just so excited because it all came, and I'm always want to show you and see how it looks on the paper, because that's really where I make my decisions, is what does it look like on the paper. And yeah, that one I can do at a semi-diagonal. I'm going to get my basic gray ink back out, and it looks like that image that's the top of the image. So let's go ahead and do it that way. Get our paper over here and go into that top corner and drop it down, pick it up. Nice. It definitely looks distressed, and it looks like it's intended to be that way. So we're not going to get too concerned over that. And then this is the crosshatch, which is also intended to be distressed. I'm just going to do it right across the top here. Nice. I like that image too. This is going to be a fun set to work with. So this is just a leaf. And nice line art for that. And this is some speckles. We'll put that right up in here. Those are fun. Then we will get our other little plant matter. Place it here in this a little bit. Oh, I like that too. For me, I may think I'm really going to like something, but sometimes I won't know for sure how much I'm going to like it until I put ink to paper. Even though they have the images, they're not always the 100%, and it does tell you when it's not. But to me, it's not always reflective of what it's going to look like when I stamp. So I actually do like to stamp so that I can see, and that helps me plan. And those are the images from the Notes of Nature bundle stamp set. And then I will put the regular fonts on those at a later date. I'm going to put that over here and get my next bit out. This is the Perennial Lavender Suite. It also has 2 bundles. It also has 2 embellishments. One is these beautiful purple dots. So I believe this is Berry Burst, Highland Heather, and Fresh Freesia. It's either that or Gorgeous Grape and Fresh Freesia, but I think it's Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. And those I'm really looking forward to, because they're faceted and they look speckly on the inside. I think they're beautiful. They're called the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. So the speckly is the shimmer. And then there's these. There's 40 of them in a package. These laser cut butterflies. You can use your blends. You can use blending brushes to add color to them, to ombre them, to just add a little bit to the edges if you want. You can literally color them with the Stampin' markers if you would like. And there are 5 per sheet, and there's 8 sheets in the package, and they are called paper butterfly accents. Excellent. And then we have the painted lavender stamp set, which is all images. Oh, well, how fun. I apparently needed to silence my phone. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's try this again. The painted lavender stamp set has quite a bit of lavender. It's got these beautiful butterflies, and I'll show you how this stamp set works when we play with it on inked paper. And then it has these dies. Of course, you're going to do it that way now. Well, nope, it's got to go the other way. It's going to be that way. I apologize. We just are not going to win today, it looks like. Let me take this off screen really quick and see if I can't fix it without causing more issues again. Oh my goodness. See, when you go unannounced live, it causes all kinds of fun stuff sometimes when you're not planning it. All right, let's see if I turn it and bring it down and put it back in. Hopefully, when I bring it back to screen, it will. Yes. That's cool. Make it bigger. All right. So let's go back to the dies. It cuts out many of the images, including the butterflies, and then it has some standalones as well, such as those two and these. So that's the dies for this stamp set. And then there's the perennial postage. The stamp set itself is all sentiment, so I'm not going to demo stamping those. Here for you always. Thank you for your friendship. You are loved beyond measure. You're simply marvelous. I can't thank you enough. Big hugs. I know you will get through this. Sending love and best wishes. Happy Mother's Day, and you mean the world to me. And what's really awesome about this bundle is these dies. Look at that. Layering fun. So there's 2 bigger layers, and then there's layers for focal point sentiments and all postage stamp. And then there's 2 squares. And then this would be for reinforcement and creating a hole in your tab for those sorts of things. And then this little thing here just embosses. It doesn't actually cut. And it is essentially the postmark when the... What happened? When the post office puts a stamp over it, it looks similar to that, although it doesn't have the butterfly and it says U.S. Post Office and all that. So this is supposed to emulate that. So I'm really looking forward to playing with that stamp set and dies. But today we're just going to do the stamping on the images. This is the beautiful paper. And let me see, the colors in this pack, Perennial Lavender 12x12 Designer Series paper is Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Orchid Oasis, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Starry Sky. And beautiful. I am looking forward to working with this paper. Here is the back side. And then, oh my goodness, look at those lovely flowers. I guess I should have my banner going. Let me do that really quick. All right. And then this, I've got to use that page for sure. And this one is so pretty. It's got some butterflies in the different areas. And the back is this gorgeous green, and it's kind of a shade or shadow of foliage. And then this one, oh, it's got the butterflies, and it is at an angle. So there's all kinds of fun things. In the demos we saw, somebody actually fussy cut around this for their card that they created with this sheet. But great for scrapbooking. And then, of course, we've got some gingham on the back. And then we have these lovely individual lavender stalks. I'm not sure what you would call them. And OMG, I'm a purple girl, and this is gorgeous purple. I love this. This reminds me of the Sun Prince papers from last year's annual catalog. And then there is this beautiful one with the flowers and the leaves. And on the back is also beautiful. Looking forward to that. All right, let's go ahead, and this is photopolymer, I can tell from the feel. Let's get our images out and see how they look in use. And this is all images on this one. Okay, let me, yeah, let's do that. And let's do two at once for this. There we go. And this one. And for this one, let's line up several. Kind of make it a background. That'll be fun. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, this one has to be separate. So let's do these beauties with that instead. There. I think that's probably bigger than I can do. Yep. So those two will be on one side, on the other. And is that going to work here? Sorry, just lining them all up on my blocks to make it easier. All right. Grab my piece of basic white, turn this over, and ink up these stamps with my basic gray. Going up high. Lifting off, and nice. Let's get, that's mostly flowers, so let's do, all right, let's switch to Moody Mauve. Just because they're pretty flowers, even though this would normally be in Fresh Freesia or Highland Heather. I'm just going to give us some color to go with it. Oops. In the ink pad, always a danger. And I think it goes this way, so. Nice. This would be good creating a background, I feel. All right. And then here's a nice little bunch of flowers. Yep. And then a bunch of lavender. Right there. Nice. And some larger blossoms and the butterflies. Right there. Nice. I'm going to close the Moody Mauve and open up Old Olive. You can pick whatever green you want. I just was picking something easy that wasn't going to be super bright. But you could do Shaded Spruce because that is part of this colors in paper. So that is the leaf part. And then this, oops, let's get it in the right ink. Back to Moody Mauve. We're just going to place it in and make little flower blossoms on our plants. And I'm not even being super careful. There it is. I love it. That is going to be fun to play with. And will fit perfectly on a postage stamp, in my opinion. All right. So that is the perennial lavender suite. I'm going to put these away real quick, at least get them off my blocks for the next suite, which is the lighter than air suite. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to let you know these items again are not going to be available to regular customers until January. I think it's the 5th, if I remember correctly, or maybe it's the 4th, January 4th. And if you want to get access to them earlier, you certainly can, but there's a caveat, and that is you need to be a demonstrator. And anytime from December 5th until it goes live to customers, demonstrators will be able to order a limited amount of the catalog. You can pretty much order anything in the catalog, assuming it's available and in stock, but you will, what happened to this one? There it is. But you'd only be able to get like one of the non-consumable items and two of the consumable items. So that is the caveat. So here is the stamped images. Beautiful. That is going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy that one quite a bit. So the next and final suite, as I said, is lighter than air. And that has got these lovely embellishments called rainbow adhesive back dots. And as you can see, it's a range of colors. Definitely Bubble Bath, Lost Lagoon, Fresh Freesia, Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and I'm guessing Calypso Coral. And of course, they don't tell you on this, but that's okay. And then the paper. These balloons are nice and beautiful. I love them. And the dies cut out the hearts and these balloons as well. So if that's something you're interested in. This is cut 6 by 6, and there are 8 of each sheet. And the back is these lovely stripes. Then we have the polka dots. This is perfect for, any kind of birthday and definitely very spring. We have these stripes in yellow. Oh, and then the bubble bath, arrows, chevrons, and then Fresh Freesia. Yeah, let me tell you what the colors are. They are Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo. Oh, that's what those were. Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. So not Calypso Coral. It is Flirty Flamingo. All right, so fresh freesia with the scallops and dots and stripes, and then on the back it's a pool party with these flowers. And then we have this diamond pattern in the various colors. And on the back in the pale pink, we've got these scallops. And then these stripes, which are on the bias or diagonal. And then what looks kind of like a fishnet in, it could be balmy blue. It's not as bright as Azure Afternoon, but these are muted colors anyway, so I'm not sure which it's intended to be, but all kinds of fun there. So that is the lighter than air paper. This suite only has, there's one other embellishment it has, and that is these twines. It's Baker's Twine in Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, and Flirty Flamingo. So those are going to be fun to play with as well. And it only has one bundle, so it's not what we would consider a mega suite, and that is Hot Air Balloon. So my sister and I were in New Mexico, Albuquerque, during the annular solar eclipse in October, and it also happened to coincide with the big balloon festival. So we got to see balloons and in the air, various shapes, sizes, colors. It was beautiful. And now I can create some of those on my cards. So I'm looking forward to it. So just a note to lift you up, hang in there, wish big, up and away. Hooray, it's your birthday. And then, of course, so you can place any one of these three in the center of this balloon. So this is one stamp, and then you would stamp that, and then there have your baskets, and then there's these two. So we're going to play with those. But before we do that, these are the dies, and they will cut out the heart, including, so you can have multicolored layers. So you would have the basic shape, and then you can do another one with the cutouts, and then the basket along with the ropes. Some clouds, some extra bits that can go in the center of these balloons. And then, of course, this nice sentiment strip, which is curved and stitched and bannered. It's everything. I'm looking forward to playing with that one, too. All right, well, let's pull the stamps out and put some ink to paper. Let me grab another sheet here. And peel off that. And again, we're just going to do the images today. But they are beautiful. Oh. And with photopolymer, you want to use a cushioned mat that helps put the ink down on the paper a lot better when you have a cushion underneath. We have the Stampin' Pierce mat that works great as well. And I'm going to leave the sentiments on there for now. Let's see. Let me do this guy and this guy. Since color is the way to go with balloons, these are not the colors in the suite, but these will work for our purposes today of just seeing how they work together. With photopolymer too, when you first use them, they're not going to have a full, especially with this kind of stamp, they're not going to be fully saturating the paper until you've used them a few times. So normally I would stamp this off on scratch paper a couple of times just to make sure I'm getting a full load of ink on there. So that would be that one. And let me grab this guy, I guess, first and do him next to it. So you can see there's, spots and things. Another way that you can work with that is to stamp it in Versamark ink at least once, and that would give you a different look. All right, let's switch colors to the Moody Mauve. And this is going to go in the center with a little bit of gap, I believe. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice. And then, let's see. Let's get it in a better way. There we go. And then this is going to go in the gaps here. And I didn't line it up really well because I can't see it from here. But you can see how it would work once you get it on the paper. All right. So then I'm not going to fully do those. So what I am going to do is get my baskets. And I will just place these on the paper separately so that you can see what they would look like in the center. So you would have this one, and then in those gaps, you would do this one. So you'd actually have a dry color balloon at this point. So you can see how those match up. And let's get our basic gray out for our basket. And the bigger balloon is going to need the bigger basket. And I can't see where I'm lined up, so there we go. Nice. Let's put that there and get our little basket. And this little basket will hang from this one. And there you go. That is how that set works. Obviously, when you spend more time and get it lined up better, it's going to look a lot better. And when I'm, producing cards, obviously I'm going to be doing that. All right, let's put this away for now. And that was the 3 sweets for this or they call it a purchase premiere for demonstrators who attended the online on stage at home. Because we attended, we were allowed 3 days to make some purchases from a selection of product from the upcoming catalog. And those are the ones I'm showing you, or at least the ones I have. I don't have all of them, trust me. I do have the sweets just because I really like to show the paper and the embellishments that go with them. And it's just all kinds of fun. All right. There's that. Next, we have one of the 3 bundles I actually have physically. Trying to prevent an avalanche here. And that is the stippled rose, or stippled roses. And this is cling as well. And I'm going to continue with the Moody Mauve. And so you can see it's got this beautiful cluster of roses, these rose leaves, a little rose, sending thanks, congratulations, best birthday wishes, and happy Mother's Day. And I'm only going to do the images. Because those are the really important ones to see. And then the dies will cut out all of the images, plus we'll have these embossing cuts as well. We'll play with those another day for sure. But today is not that day. Now, the other thing is that one of the celebration items coordinates with this stamp set bundle. And it is some 12 by 12 designer series paper, which is beautiful. And we will be looking at that. I definitely have that to show you today. Oh, this is really big for an E-block, but let me see. There we go. Let me do that. And yeah, we'll have to E-block that one too. All right, grab some paper, which is 5 by 7 basic white. I like to place these in my stamp cases with, oops, since it's on that big, I'm going to do stamp down and use my pad upside down on it. So I like to keep them inside my stamp cases so I can see, especially when I'm using color and not just, black or grays, how it looks on paper, and helps me make my decisions for which to use. And I'm not sure it has an up or a down, but I'm going to go with this. It's a lot easier to line up when you have the stickers on, but I didn't have time to put them on and still get here on live with you today. So, oh, now that is beautiful. Let's let the camera catch up. Come on, there it goes. Oh my goodness. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not going to lie. All right, let's clean. And this is also a rose. So we're going to, it's got some green too. So one of the things you can do is use some daubers or your Stampin' Right markers to just get the bits that you want. And I would stamp that the other way around. It looks like I made it upside down. Oh, come on, camera. There we go. So that is really beautiful. And it is all those lines that and stippling that makes it look like that. Now this is just leaves, so we're going to switch over to Old Olive. You could use Garden Green for sure. Whatever shade of green you would prefer works. All right, so I'm just going to put it here over to the side, and then I'll do the sentiments later on this page. But once again, the detailing from the stippling is great. It gives you shade and all of that beautiful stuff that you're wanting from your stamps. But with these leaves, you can, like I said, use the Stampin' Right markers or your fingertip daubers. Yeah, that's the word. To put ink on the stamp itself just where you want it in the shades that you want it. All right, we're not quite ready for the celebration paper yet. So I will show that to you when we get there, which is not that far away. All right, so I'm going to put this away. And our next item is a standalone die. Now there is one standalone stamp set. I don't have it today. And there's also 2 other bundles. But look at this mini alphabet. I have to show you. I really wanted to see how it all works. So I've got my cut and emboss machine. And I got plate 1, plate 2, and 2 number 3 plates. And I have some basic white. And the thing is, it is a single plate for this one. Just one plate. This is another, and that's another. So it's going to cut out all of them. I'm only going to do the first one today. But I really wanted to see how this works, because it's cutting all of it at the same time. That makes me excited. So I'll just cut a bunch in white and color them later with whatever color I want. That's interesting. That is not. Going through the way I want it to. All right, temporary switch. There we go. So when we lift, let's put this down. And when we lift this off, we have all of our letters. That is exciting to me. You have doubles of the H's and the E's and the T's and the S's and the N's. I'm not sure why there's not double M's. There's double I's. And then you have U, V, W, X, Y, Z at the end. Double R's, double O's. Pretty awesome. I like that. All right. I'm going to put that away and get all my little letters down. That is going to make my life so much nicer. And you could do that with glitter paper if you wanted to do, you know, a really special one. For like your kid's birthday, you can put their name on it. Let me see if I can't make that. There we go. All in one fell swoop. Because I'm going to need that again. All right, I'm going to put this up. And that is the mini alphabet dies. Loved it. All right, so now we have embossing. We have a layered florals embossing folder, and that's what the pattern is going to look like. I went ahead and put some bubble bath inside of it. And because we are embossing a 3D embossing folder, I need number 1, a number 3, the embossing folder, and my gray plate, which I had, and now I'm trying to find, literally set it down underneath so that I could get right back to it. It is it's underneath. That would explain it. And you're going to line it up with the bent edge heading towards the machine. If it's too tight, then wait a minute. With 3D, do I need that plate? Oh, no, 3D, no cutting plate, just your base plate and the gray. That would explain why it felt a little heavy. All right. Run it through. And then we reveal. Are we excited? I'm excited. So here is, oh, wow, the beautiful embossed florals called Layered Florals. It's a 3D embossing folder, and it's really nice and deep. You've got small blossoms, you've got bigger blossoms, you've got some foliage. That is going to look really nice on a card. I'm glad I got that one. Okay, now we are at celebration stuff. So let's go over the paper real quick. So there is a bundle called Trusty Tools, I believe, and it's really cute. I don't have it, so I can't show it to you. But this paper goes along with it, and this is the Trusty Toolbox 12 by 12 paper. And the colors in it are basic black, copper clay, crushed curry, gray granite, Lost Lagoon, and Poppy Parade. Woohoo! Poppy's on parade. And as you can see, it actually has tools and the dies that come with that bundle cut out. Not all, but certainly a number of these tools. This hammer for sure. This drill has a die that'll cut this part and one will cut that part. The crescent wrench, the pencil, I think the screwdriver. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I don't have them in front of me, so I can't tell you for sure. But then the back sides are, here you got some grid paper with some color changes, and that's really fun. And then there's this paper, which is just screwdrivers. So this is going to be great for young men or your masculine cards for your young and older men for sure. And then this is hammers, and then there's nails in between. That's in crushed curry. And on the back, we have screws and nuts and all the fun bolts, different. You got your Phillips head, you got your Allen, and then you have your standard. It's going to be fun.
And then we have this, like a craftsman tool
like a
chest. So
craftsman
you've
tool
got like
chest.
this
So
would be a
you've got
drawer,
like
and
this
then
would be a
that would be
drawer, and then that would be
the metal
the
between
metal
drawers,
between the
and
drawers,
all the way up
all
different
different
sizes.
sizes.
And then on
And
the
then on the
back,
back,
it is screws and bolts and nuts. And that's fun. And then this is like tape measures, and they have both inches and metric.
So you can cut them, however you want it or whatever you're putting together. And then on the back is pegboard, basically. Or you can use it for, bullet journal looking background. To
frame your bullet journals if you're doing that.
And then this is another one
One that has different tools.
So there's two sizes of paintbrushes. The small one, the dies don't cut, but the bigger one, the dies do. Definitely the pencils, and I'm sure there's more. I just don't remember precisely, and I don't have it in front of me to be sure. And then on the back is just this lovely, blue-green. And, there is a bit of a pattern in there. It's almost like, if you put a wrench down in something, it leaves a little shadow, through, if it was oil or whatever, that never gets cleaned up. So that's one of the papers. And that is the one that goes with the Trusty Tools bundle. Our next one is called Flight and Airy. It's also 12 by 12. And look at those birds. They are cute. Cute. And the colors in this are boho blue, bubble bath, calypso coral, crumb cake, daffodil delight, flirty flamingo, fresh freesia, garden green, lost lagoon, misty moonlight, pecan pie, and a soft seafoam. Wow. So there's birds in branches, and they have different shades. And then on the back of this one is like the quatrefoil pattern in pecan pie, it looks like. And then, look at these birds. They are fairly isolated, so you can, cut or, use certain dies to get just a specific, pair like these two and make that a focal point on a card, or you can use it as a layer. There's all kinds of possibilities. And on the back is this beautiful leaf pattern, or actually I guess it's probably tree branches, just really thin ones because there's little birds on them as well. And then there's this beautiful page with these birds, and I think maybe not. I was gonna say it looks a little bit like the almond stamp, but it's not. And then this beautiful, I don't know, it could be a sky cloudscape, but it's just a watercolor wash. And then there's these birds on branches with different flowers. It's lovely. And then, of course, these little flowers. You get the blue and the pinks and the green leaves and the yellow centers. And then we have these birds on branches. And these are kind of in lines. So you could do a strip. This would be great on for a strip focal point on a card. I may have to do that now that I'm thinking about it. And then we have a bubble bath wash. Looks like with some purple tones. So maybe there's a bubble bath and fresh freesia in there. And then there's these lovely little birds with speckles and different chests. Usually, my sister is a birder, and so I've learned some things about birds. And usually the ones that are more colored are males in bird species because that's how they attract a mate. And then this beautiful floral and leaf pattern on the back. That's also going to be fun to work with. Now let's look at the stippled rose paper, which is the last of the celebration papers, and it coordinates with the stippled rose bundle. And it's called Softly Stippled. The colors are Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Pebble Path, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat. Wild wheat's growing on me. I still don't want a big flush of it, but I do like accents of it. I think they're really lovely. And of course, this is using the same sort of stippling effect as the stamps are giving us. And it's a range of colors. On the back is actually this to me reminds me more of an acrylic or watercolor, brush strokes on the back. Not watercolor, acrylic or oil. Wow. Okay. And then we have this very tone on tone roses with the stippling effect as well. And this is almost like a fabric pattern, you know, maybe linen kind of feel, but it's not a tight weave, so it's probably more antique fabric. It's been exposed to the stresses of expanding bodies, probably. And then here, this is the wild wheat, and it's just brambles, rose brambles from the stems and leaves. And then on the back again, this is more linen or more tightly woven linen, in that beautiful shade of blue. This one is in the pebbled path, and you can use your blends to add color where you want it. And it's just the roses, and these are smaller than the dies, so they're not going to die cut. And then we have that wash on the back. Then we have this flower pattern, and it is also stippled with the colors. And then on the back is more of a close-up view of some kind of fabric weave. Doesn't quite look as much like linen as the other two, but not bad. And then, of course, there's this lovely roses in the stipples, and with varying shades of color. And on the back is a color wash in wild wheat with brush strokes. Those are the SAB papers, or Celebration papers. So what is Celebration? Well, if you don't know what Celebration is, basically we every year for 2 months, January and February, when we make purchases of $50 or more, $50 earns us one $50 celebration item or level 1 celebration item. $100 will earn you one second level celebration item, or two $50 celebration items, level 1 items. This happens to be the papers are all $50 celebration level items. This is also a $50 stamp set, and it is watercolor melon. And I don't really have time to stamp these today, so when I come back another time, I'll have done some stamping and be able to show you how these look. But you have this, which actually works with our modern oval punch. You've got the stem with a little, curly Q that is quite often, binding. And then this slice of melon or this slice of melon goes with this rind, and this slice of melon goes with this rind, but this is also the same size as the modern oval punch. So you can put that together and use a modern oval punch to cut out this, and then you would either use your trimmer or scissors to cut a straight line across that. And then you add seeds, and it's going to be fun. Now, the other item that I have that is a bundle. This is a $100 item, so you would need to spend $100 to earn this, and it's the Softly Sophisticated bundle. It is a stamp set and an embossing folder. It's just this is a 3D embossing folder as well. All right, so we have some leaves, some flowers, and it looks like the flowers probably go on the leaves. It says, "I really appreciate you. You're in my thoughts," and hello there. And then the embossing folder has this, intricate kind of weaving design. And I went ahead and put some colored paper in there, but I'm also going to emboss it to see what it looks like. So let's get our Stampin' cut out one more time. And since it's 3D, we just need our number 1 base plate and our number 4 3D embossing plate, and run it through with the crease going into the machine first. And open it up and see what we've got. That's going to be fun. Oh, so this is the deboss side. Yeah, this is the deboss side. I put it in the wrong direction, which is fine. It doesn't matter which direction, upside down or right side up, because you decide when you use it. So this would look like stitching, whereas the emboss side is raised, and it's like little bumps. and for people who are visually impaired, having texture, physical texture that they can feel on your card is nice. And this has definitely got some interesting texture on it. All right, so that is our sneak peek for today. I'm looking forward to playing with this through the week, designing some swap cards and all of that good business. Let me go ahead and pull this screen off when I get my mousey in the right place. So my name is Michelle. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And because I am a demonstrator and attended on stage at home is what allowed me to be able to purchase these products early. That's one of the perks of being a demonstrator. And then in December, when all demonstrators will have access to the entire catalog, I'll be purchasing some of the other stuff. And there is some exciting stuff in there. I know that every year with Celebration, there is a join offer, and there is going to be one, and it's a good one. I'm just going to leave it at that for now, but it's definitely a good one. And there's so many fun things, a lot of whimsical things, there's more florals. There's always more florals, but there's also a lot of other fun things coming in this catalog and the Celebration offerings. There's some great baby sets, for welcome baby and all that I'm really looking forward to getting and playing with, as well as showing you. And so hopefully this has been helpful. I will attempt to put the two videos together somehow. No promises, sorry. But there definitely won't happen today, because today I've got my regular card class, which will be happening at 4 Mountain Time. And then I have a team meeting that I'm going to, and then a meeting with a good friend that we usually get together on Wednesday evenings for just catching up, having some dinner, enjoying some companionship and socialization with each other. So this is Harmony Stamps with Michelle. Yay! And it has been great showing you some of these things. If you are by any chance interested in getting your hands on these products early, like in December, contact me and I'll let you know how it can happen. It's not a big deal. It's really easy, and it will also give you a discount on your purchases going forward in the future. Right now, just another reminder that seasonal sale is going on through the end of today, or through the end of tomorrow, actually. So you have what's left of today and all of tomorrow up until midnight Mountain Standard Time to take advantage of that 10% off your ribbons and trims from the annual catalog, 15% off your inks from the annual catalog, and 20% off of your cardstock or paper products from the annual catalog. And I know some items have already sold out, including ones I was going for. I was going to try and get some of the 12x12 basic white for making what we call one sheet wonders, where you cover up the entire paper with ink. You can do them on 8.5x11s, but I like to do them on 12x12s because that way I have a bigger canvas to play with, and they're fun. But I'll get some when they're back in stock the next time. So if there is something you're wanting from the sale, don't wait, because when it goes out of stock, they're not, you won't be able to order it until it's back in stock. And obviously they will be putting those back in stock because they're part of our annual offering. But if you want it now on the sale special, you need to get it while it's still available. So I will see you guys in about 45 minutes, and I'm going to return that phone call that so rudely interrupted our first video. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.